I don't know when the camera went off there, so I just had to turn it on again. And I'm gonna read my last bit again because I doubt that it was on the. So I'm gonna talk about the China, page 210. China encourages partner countries. Chinese nationals acquire the vast majority of small shops in the Tongan capital, Nuku'alofa. I don't know about how to pronounce it. Authorities in Papua New Guinea estimate that 10,000 Chinese have been smuggled into the country. Many come on Chinese fishing vessels and jump ship on arrival. 7,000 smuggled into Fiji in 3 years. They're doing it in Africa and Siberia. The Chinese were taking over the commercial sector. Page 212.
Let me
in
just.
Fiji.
Okay, go on.
Sorry.
I want to talk about Siberia.
Okay.
A long time ago, I knew that the Russians had better smarten up about getting some allies in the world. Are you listening, Putin? Okay, wake up,
Yeah.
you idiot. I know you got your hackers monitoring stuff and so on and so forth. Not just Facebook and so on and so forth that's monitoring this sort of stuff. Okay, you moron. You stupid oxymoron. You think you're smart, okay? You're sharp. You're sharp like a mafia don is sharp. You've got these, you're like sharp the way Hitler was sharp. You know, like I could take over so much of the world. Yeah, for a while until people unite against you. Now, you wake up, you stupid bozo. You know, like, the guy very sharp guy, very smart guy, actually, who taught me history of the Soviet Union. This was around the time that Putin was helping determine for the wrong side, the last American election, 2016. He said, make no mistake, Putin is smart. I said, well, he's sharp. And he didn't contest that. So Putin, you're not smart, okay? Anyway, what I said was, yeah, he's sharp. He's good on tactics, but not good on strategy. For example, breaking apart the European Union. You're doing a great job, Vladimir, breaking apart the European Union. What happens though when the European Union breaks down? You're also doing a pretty good job of breaking apart NATO. That's good. That's good. Up to a point. You see, when NATO breaks down, the European Union breaks down, how long will it take, Vladimir, for the Germans to look at your nuclear arsenal and say, we've got to get one of our own and then acquire one? When are they going to acquire one? Yesterday, you stupid idiot! Yesterday! The Germans, a long time ago, decades ago, were working with the Brazilians, apparently, maybe my sources aren't good, on developing a nuclear weapon, okay? So they will look at things and say, hey, we don't have nuclear weapons. There's Vladimir. You know, like, we've never taken over, although Hitler tried, Moscow. The Russians actually controlled parts of our capital for decades, Berlin. And they will get nuclear weapons, and they will have them. And okay, Vladimir, get things straight. The kind of people that you're putting in power in Europe and in the United States, trying to get into power again, Trump, they're not nice people. Many of them will be almost as nasty as you. And they will have nuclear weapons too. And they will have, check this out, they will have control of technologies. Who knows what's going to happen with the nuclear weapons you've got in your silos, bozo? When I was in in Russia in the wake of the Soviet Union, 1991, you should have seen, you did see, but I'm talking to the rest of the people out there, the kind of stuff the Russians were printing, had their computer printouts on, okay? They were printing stuff out on stuff that was as bad as the Russian toilet paper. So you couldn't even use the computer paper to wipe your rear end. Okay? Now, yes, you've got some good hackers and all that sort of stuff. The Germans will get on the stick, and they will be doing things like controlling your missiles coming out of the silos. They'll come out of the silos, and they'll just plop over and they'll blow up and stuff like that. You might be counting on being able to do that. Maybe you will. I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. you're in trouble. And you should be noticing what's happening here with the Chinese sending people into Siberia. Okay? Newsflash, the indigenous people there don't look like Russians. They look kind of like Chinese people. You know, the Chinese kind of treat them a little bit better than you do, and I suspect it ain't that hard to treat indigenous people in Russia better than you do, okay? You know, like the Chinese will be taking over all of that area, all the way up to the Ural Mountains. Wake up, okay? Wake up, Vladimir. Vlad the Impaler, you moron, you stupid oxymoron. Okay.
Correct. And I should point out that, again, that these figures are not new. They're not current. This book was published in 2010. So one would guess that there are far more Chinese smuggled into these areas now.
It would be cumulative.
Yeah. So, page 212. In Fiji, authorities broke up one of the world's largest heroin smuggling ring. Seized 100 or
where was that coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Seized 357 kilograms of heroin. Then found $753 million crystal meth lab. Both had links to Chinese organized crime.
Oh, that wasn't Walt White. That was Walt People of Color. PRC. Yeah. So where's all our fentanyl coming from? I suspect this is revenge for the opium war and stuff like that. Opium getting put into China by the Brits. Well, that was then. This is now. You're not allowed to do these kind of revenge missions. Go on.
Tonga is mountainous, likely to survive climate change. U.S. allies in the Pacific, the Marshall Islands, and the Federated States of Micronesia are mostly low-lying. Page 242. China building alliances. I put building alliances in quotations. I put it's a creative way of looking at their expansionist activities.
It's expansionist. They are imperialist. You get all sorts of people, faux lefties out of the university. We live in post-imperialist time. What are you talking about? China took over Tibet starting just a little bit before my brother was born. He's 3 years older than me. He's getting to be an old guy, but he's not that old. Okay, it's roughly 2 generations. We don't live in post-imperialist time. The Chinese are